Clarion Ledger.
Okay.
I talked to Scott Carson earlier today.
Right.
One of the things we talked about was just recruiting and a vetting process, and he said there were a couple of guys at the end that, in retrospect, maybe you shouldn't have gone, or that you guys as a group should not have gone on. I guess now, what will your vetting process be like to make sure you're recruiting the right kind of guys?
Well, the rules have constantly changed back and forth. There was a time there where they've changed the rules here in the last couple of years where you can actually have unlimited phone calls, unlimited texting. So you actually have the opportunity now to get to know kids in a much more intimate way than maybe you could even 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. And I think that really helps the opportunity for coaches to get to know kids. Yeah, it's a long process. And you look, I've been a head coach 19 years and have recruited hundreds of kids and coached hundreds of kids. I feel very good. And there's no question, we made a couple of mistakes there usually at the very end. And more about, I think one thing I've always prided myself in is understanding that to have success, you got to have high character kids. You got to have kids that are going to be able to handle the adversity of playing at the highest level, because there's always going to be adversity. It's how you respond to that adversity that's the key to having success, whether it's basketball or in life. And and one of the things I'm excited about is I think I talked about the type of kid that comes from this region is such a good kid, a yes sir, no sir, raised the proper way, and my experience with the kids I've coached from the South in the past has been a very good one. I didn't even mention I had Torrey Morris from Tennessee, who was right outside of Knoxville. He was a great kid that played for me. So I'm really excited about getting the recruiting process started and selling this program.
Coach, when you were working as an analyst, you did a great interview with Bill Plaschke of the LA Times and said you wanted to get back into coaching but were waiting for the right opportunity. What did Scott sell you on Mississippi State to get you to move from Santa Barbara down to Starkville? What was right about this opportunity?
Well, there are a lot of things right. Number one, I like the tradition of this program. As I mentioned, I remember Richard Williams' team being in the Final Four. I've seen the kind of success on a consistent basis that Rick Stansbury had here for a number of years, including 6 tournament bids. I know it can be done again. Once it's been done somewhere, it can be done again. It just takes, an incredible amount of effort. And I know the support that I'm received from President Keenum and from Scott, it really is impressive to me. I've done my research, and I'm really excited about that aspect. The leadership at the top is so important. And then the league. The SEC is special. You're talking about the best players in the country, the greatest athletes. And you look at, why is SEC so good in football? They have the best players. There's no reason that SEC basketball can't be similar to what the football league has done. And as coaches together, and I think you're seeing a huge commitment by the different universities in this conference to really up the ante on let's be great in basketball like we're great in football.
Coach,